It's raining. Might still have a game, so let's have some fun. Hey gang, hope you're all doing well. So the Yankees are scheduled to play the Angels in the midst of a rainy day. Right now, I do have tonight's lineup for you. Before we do that, I want to go over my early 2025 MLB free agent best fits. I'm going to do my predictions later as we get further on to the season, even into the off season, right? But I want to have a little bit of fun today. So again, make sure you don't miss this stuff. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Give me your feedback as well. I'm going to give you my 10 picks, 10 top players, and their best fits for them. There's going to be a lot more. I'll probably go over my top 25 free agent predictions as well. So if you do subscribe to the notifications, that way you know exactly when I do it. And I thank you so much for it. I really appreciate it. So with that said, let's get right into this, okay? My best fits for 2025 MLB free agents. Okay, courtesy of 161 River Ave. All right, here we go. Slide one. Clay Holmes, okay, closer for the Yankees. He's going to be a free agent at the end of the year. I do think they're probably going to move on from him. And I think the best fits are going for him to go out to the National League Central in a lower pressure environment like the Cincinnati Reds or potentially Chicago Cubs. A little bit more high pressure than Cincinnati, but a heck of a lot less pressure in the Bronx. So I do think, yeah, he'd be a good fit. He's already familiar with the NL Central. I do think he'll get an opportunity to close some games there for teams that need relievers. Okay. Next up, Roki Sasaki. This is one of the most hyped right-hand starting pitchers since Yoshinobu Yamamoto. A lot of folks are saying he's the greatest thing and so on and so forth. Well, I think he's going to stay in Japan. Why? Because he's reoccurring arm problems. He hasn't thrown 100 innings since 2022. Okay. He had 124. He's thrown about 60-something this year and under 100 last year as well. So until he regains full strength and he can show that he can be a starter worthy of a massive investment, it makes sense for his team to keep him in Japan until he can rebuild his strength and show that he can be a bona fide starter. So I do think he's going to stay in Japan. Plus, it doesn't make sense for them to let him go, especially at this point when he's not 25. They'd be walking away from a lot of posting fee money. Why in the world would they do that when he's not 100% healthy? Okay, that's one. Slide two, Anthony Santander, pesky hitter. He's only been a Yankee killer. I do think his best fit's going to be in the Boston Red Sox. To continue to be a Yankee killer, I think he's going to stay in the AL East. I think he thrives in the AL East, and the Red Sox can use another outfielder there who's a veteran. Okay, and Justin Verlander, I think he's at 42 or going to be 42. I think he's best suited for a team that's going to be able to preserve his innings. And Seattle Mariners, to me, represent the best fit because they have a super deep rotation. Maybe they can fit him in there as a spot starter, long relief, and so on and so forth. That we're going to maximize his arm, and he's still got a great arm. Maximize his abilities in the tail end of a very, very obvious Hall of Fame career. So Seattle, Justin Verlander. Next up, Christian Walker, power hitting first baseman for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And these are all folks that are going to be free agents. Okay. St. Louis Cardinals, I think, is going to be the best fit. Okay, Paul Goldschmidt is going to be a free agent as well at the end of the year, and I do think that replacing him with somebody who's a little bit younger than Goldschmidt, but no less productive, will be a good idea for the Cardinals, who are putting themselves in contention pretty much every year. When you don't think they're going to be contending, they're going to be contending. Teoscar Hernandez, he's with the Dodgers right now, pesky hitter too. I think he's going to come back to the AL East and join the Baltimore Orioles, who going to need somebody to replace Anthony Santander in the outfield, right? Well, there you go. You have your replacement for him while they continue to put forth this young, dynamic lineup. Because I don't even know if Cedric Mullins going to be back as well. So Teoscar, and he's proven to be a clutch hitter, and Orioles have no shortage of those types of guys, and they need another clutch bat to compete in the AL East. Next up, Gleyber Torres. Yep, I think he's going to no longer become to the Yankees, and I think that's obvious. I think Yankee fans know this already, and I think he's best suited to go to the Tampa Bay Rays. Much lower pressure environment and stay in the AL East where he's familiar, and put him in a position where Tampa Bay tends to make players who used to be really good return to being less than that. They tend to make them better. And they have they have an influx of high quality infield prospects. So Gleyber Torres can kind of rotate around, maybe give him some DH at bats while he plays second base as well. So I think he can serve a multiplayer role with Tampa Bay Rays. And the fact is, they can probably get him on the cheap because he's cost himself probably $100 million on his contract. So Tampa Bay Rays, to me, represent a great fit for Gleyber Torres. Alex Bregman, I also have him joining Justin Verlander from the Seattle Mariners. They don't really have a third baseman. Justin Turner, who's essentially a third baseman slash DH at this point, he's also going to be a free agent at the end of the year. I think he's going to be close to 40. So Bregman's 10 years younger. He's a clutch hitter. He's money in the postseason. And the Mariners need another guy like that to boost that offense. There's no doubt about it. So Alex Bregman to me, the Seattle Mariners. And my last slide here, Max Fried, left-handed starting pitcher for the Braves. Okay, I think he's best suited to the Kansas City Royals, who need another left-handed pitcher. Okay, they've invested in pitching. They've invested in some bats as well. But if they want to take a step towards the Cleveland Guardians and potentially competing in the AL Central, Max Fried is a good guy that they can bring in. And he probably won't have to, pay $100 million for him either. So, and lastly, to Pete Alonso, I think the Houston Astros are a perfect fit for him. They need somebody to replace Jose Abreu, who's no longer there. And I think he's a better fit to stay in to go over into the Houston Astros, better than a Christian Walker and better than some of these other folks. And I think he's going to go to a team who's going to put him in a position to continue to be a Yankee killer, unfortunately. So Pete Alonso, to me, is going to the Houston Astros. Okay, I didn't talk about my other folks yet because I want to continue to let the rest of the season go on. But these are my 10. I will give you my top 25 MLB free agent predictions once the season's over. I'm going to continue to work on that. Obviously, I could say Juan Soto, his best fits the Yankees because I feel that way, but I think you all already know that. Okay, so it doesn't make any sense. I want to talk about some other players now. Now, here's tonight's lineup if they get to play the Angels. Gleyber Torres is leading off at second. Juan Soto's batting second at right field. Aaron Judge batting third in center field. Giancarlo Stanton at the cleanup spot at DH. Austin Wells at the dish, batting fifth. Anthony Volpe, shortstop, batting sixth. Okay, got some good bats behind Stanton. Jazz Chisholm batting seventh and third base. DJ LeMahieu, first base, and they're going to be facing quite a few lefties recently over the next several games. So don't be surprised if you see more DJ on a regular basis. And Alex Verdugo's batting ninth today in left field. We need his bat to come alive as well. And on the mound is Nestor Cortez. Okay, Yankees win today, they win the series, and we need to win the series against the Astros. They gave us fits last night. They pounded Will Warren, so the Yankees have an opportunity to win the series and before the Texas Rangers come to town. So this is an opportunity for the Yankees to win lots of games in series to really, really pad the win, and they want to get a favorable player position. They need to try their best to win the AL East. So that's the lineup for tonight. You let me know what your thoughts are, okay? And those are my top 10 right now. I wanted to give you my best fits for these teams. And right now, I have a little bit of Yankees news just for some reporting, just to give you that before we wrap it up here. Let's see. Jose Trevino starting a rehab on Sunday or Tuesday. Aaron Boone said that Austin Wells has earned some playing time, which he has. So he said that Trevino will probably be on occasion playing, but it's pretty clear that Austin Wells is going to be the starter and Trevino is going to be the backup, not the other way around. So, and he doesn't really anticipate using Wells as DH, so that means he's going to be the starter at the catching position. So that's a good thing. So, and again, like I said before, and Boone emphasizes this as well, with a lot of lefties they're going to be facing in the near future, expect to see more DJ batting in the lineup. So that's what I got for you. Hopefully we'll go live tonight and celebrate a win. Let's go Yankees. Talk to you next time.